Hi folks, I'm just going to do a quick demo here on how to put front office onto any of the client terminals, in other words any other machine in your school. Basically the first thing you want to make sure of is that any other machine that you want front office or any of the front office periphery software on has this same network path as your front office does to the server. In many cases it's mapped, in other words it's just given a drive letter, in this case it's F. In some cases you guys you don't map the network path, you just link straight through a network path, for example, something like that. But the important thing is that they have either the network path or the same map drive as you. So basically, if I was to have a look at the client PC, which I'm remoted into, so this is now the other PC in the school, you can see in this case they have a remote a location to the same place. I can in fact test this if I came in here and I made a new file and I called it, let's say, this is the server. I just make a little text file there. Then if I was to come to my master PC again, I'll close the remote session there, you'll see that that file is sitting on the server. So in other words, we're both pointing at the same location, in which there is, as you all know, a data current that everybody points to. If I was to go to open my front office, okay, you would see that if I was to look at the tables, you would see that the link is to F data current. Alright, so now I want to get front office onto that other machine. I find that the easiest thing to do is to actually create a little folder that you can essentially just replicate on all the other machines. In future, guys, we're going to be we are working on an install file and have a couple of versions that we've tested in that. But there's a lot to be done in terms of still pulling everybody into the same naming standards or nomenclature for their front ends, which I've been front office is sorted, but things like debtors and that I've been working hard at during the rollover this year to get everybody under the same naming convention. But we'll get there. In the meantime, alright, so quite simply what you would do here is in your iSoft folder, just make a new folder here and call it iSoft ClientPC. Alright, then quite simply you can take the shortcut on your desktop, copy it, put it into this iSoft ClientPC, alright, paste it there, copy your themes folder, okay, then copy your well, we want to make an update file for them so that they can update their front office. At the moment you would probably have something like, it's either called update server or in some cases update master. I've been naming them along the way, to renaming them along the way as I work on people's machines to update server. But what you want to do is quickly to create an update file for them. It's very simple. If you double click your update server, you would see that the path from is C iSoft and the path to is the server location, and the file to be transferred is frontoffice.mdb. It's that simple, folks. It takes your frontoffice.mdb and it copies it from your C iSoft folder to the server location where it sits, and it is never used. It only sits there for the client PC to be able to copy from there to their machine. So what we want to do here is we want to just quickly reverse this thing. We want to say copy and paste this file, alright, and then rename it. Just bring it up a bit for you there. Okay, rename it to, let's say, update client PC. Okay, now we want to reverse it. okay, because we want the client PC to take the front office off the server, so the path from, so Control X to cut that, Control V to paste it, or you can simply copy and paste the way you normally do. It's just a shortcut, Control X that, and Control V that. So now this update's going to work in the opposite direction. It's going to take the frontoffice.mdb file off the server and put it onto your CISOF folder. Okay, so now take this, cut it, because we don't need it on your machine, and also put it into the folder. Now what I would do is, I beg your pardon, before we do that, sorry, I've just reversed that step. Let's make a shortcut first. So send to the desktop, right click, send to desktop, shortcut. Okay, I don't like to leave the name shortcut in there. You can always tell something is a shortcut by virtue of the fact that it has this arrow on it. Right, so you know it's a shortcut. And if you were to right click on it and choose properties, it tells you this is the target, that's where it's pointing to. This shortcut isn't a file itself, it's basically a window or a door, if you like. Okay, you can see that by the fact that it's only 1 kilobyte in size. Okay, now I'm going to cut this out of there, and I'm going to put that into my ISOF ClientPC. Alright, and then I'm going to go and cut this update ClientPC, and I'm going to put it in there. Alright, now basically I'm going to put this across to my my server location. Alright, so let me just copy this so that it's on the server. Then I can go to any machine in the school that has the server location and fetch it and pull it across. Okay, and I'll show you how we do that now. Okay, taking a quantum leap in time, and that's done. Now I'm just gonna remote into the client PC here. Right. So now you will see that this folder is sitting on the client PC. So we copy this, alright, and we go to the C drive and we paste it. Okay. Now I'm going to rename it because everything needs to be called CISOF, right? That's always the path with regards to front office. Okay. And if we go into the CISOF folder, you will see we have these files that we put in there. So now what we want to do is we want to take the shortcut, alright, we're going to cut it out of there and put it onto the desktop, and we want to take the shortcut to the update file, we want to cut it out of there, and we want to paste it onto the desktop. Now you'll see we don't actually have front office in here. If I was to try and double click this file, it would tell me that this doesn't exist, okay, because we didn't put it across there. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to run the update. So the update is going to take it from, well, let's go back. So I'm going to come out of the remote session here. Let me just minimize the remote session. Now we're back on the master PC. Let's just update from the master PC. So we go to CISOF, and actually you will have this on your desktop here. Update server. So we double click this. So now what we're doing is we're just making sure that the latest version is sitting on the server. So we click update. Okay, so mine successfully updated the server, so we exit that now. I'm going to bring up my remote session again, so I'm now back on the client PC. Now the client PC is going to take front office from the server, and in fact if we were to go to the server location itself, so if we were to go to the F drive, and we could see this from any of the machines with the F drive, we would in fact look and see that front office, you can see there at quarter to 11 on the 13th of February 2017. If you look at my computer clock, that's the one that we've just done, so you can see that version is recent. And if I click update on the client PC, you can see it's now taken that front office and replaced it. Alright, so if we were to go to the CISOF folder, let's make that bigger. Sorry, I was there already. See ISOF folder, you would see there is FrontOffice.mdb, and I could in fact open that file, and you'll see that the links have carried through from your front office version. The links stay there and they carry through, and the links are to F data current, and this computer has been given that mapped drive, that network location, and so when you open front office it automatically finds the data. Now folks, if a client PC logs on and it comes in with this screen here, alright, okay, you won't have this SQL that's our development Carl and I are working on, but if it comes up with this screen here, don't click prepare database, because what that's going to do is that's going to clear these links out, and it's going to want you to relink. Alright, this is for folks that know what they're doing and they want to shift the data around or take it home and work or whatever the case might be. But for general purposes, you do not have to. If that's a problem, if the client PC opens and they cannot open front office because it's on that prepare database screen, it's on the link tables, it's lost connection to the server, then what you need to do, the first thing you need to do is go to and have a look at this F drive and see what's going on there. Normally you'll see a little cross on that, which means that something is wrong with the connection. It could be a physical fault, or it could just be sometimes that the server perhaps is down, or the server went off temporarily and this computer lost its connection, and it thinks that it's not connected because it has the red cross, but often all you have to do is double click on it and it'll re-establish the link. In some cases you have to restart, but you shouldn't have to. If you just double click on it, it'll re-establish the link, and then you could open front office and it would find that it would find the data again. It would open up on the login screen. Same as if the server was down. If the server was down and you put the server back up, whilst the server was down, front office wouldn't connect. Once you put the server back up, front office will find the data again and the login screen will occur. So now what you can do, folks, is essentially, now that you have this file on the server, this ISOF ClientPC file on the server, you can now copy that and follow the same procedure that I've just showed you on any other machine in the school, and they will have front office. Also to note that I prefer to leave the front office icon, the current year's front office icon, just named FrontOffice.mdb, as you can see here. That means that in the following, you see, in some cases, like the client PC or even the main PC, people have named their shortcut Front Office 2017 for the sake of convenience. However, when you copy this shortcut across to the client PC, it's going to say Front Office 2017, which is fine. Then come 2018, all you need to do on the client PC is change that front office to say 2018. Just the shortcut, that's it. Because remember that it is always pointing at data current, and this is why we changed it to this naming convention, so that we didn't have to roll over each and every machine. Data current is it has whatever the latest data is. So if we hypothetically rolled over to 2018, data current would have 2018 data in it, and every other PC in the school that's looking at data current would now automatically be looking at 2018 data. Therefore, all they need to do is rename their FrontOffice.mdb to their shortcut to FrontOffice 2018 if it says 2017. But as I say, I prefer to leave it just as FrontOffice.mdb. Everyone knows that that is always the current year's data. If they want previous year's front office on their machine, then that is also a very simple process. By now you would have a front 2016 after I'd done your rollover. One of us had done your rollover. On your CISOF folder, you can simply copy that and put it onto the server. Alright, so let's put it into your ISOF ClientPC folder. Okay. Okay, and then if you were to go to your remote PC, they would be able to find that front 2016. You can copy that, and they put it on there. See, Microsoft, paste, and quite simply you can send a shortcut to the desktop. And what I like to do for the previous years is to just change the icon to any of these sort of icons in Windows, so that you can at least, they're not all just the standard access icon. So folks, that is how you populate the client PC. Until further notice, when things change and new developments and structures come into place, that is the procedure for doing so. Thank you.